Okay guys, this is Flavored and right now I am goddamn excited. I just I just can't hold my feelings in. So if I start throwing fluids left and right in front of the camera, just don't mind it because there are tons of big news right now. It's just but wait. Everything Everything has to have its own turn. Calm down, man, calm down. Okay, I'm Flavored and you're with me on the DAILYCAST. Whoever doesn't freaking know what DAILYCAST is, it's, basically it's Daily PvP's video blog where I talk about the things that I find important in SWTOR and the other games. Well, for now it's only SWTOR, but in the future it will change for sure. Anyway, it's been more than a week since I posted my daily cast on the first part of the leaked changes upcoming in 2.0 patch. I talked about changes for knights and warriors as well as inquisitors and consulars. I received a lot of mixed feedback. Some people believed it, others didn't. What happened during this last week is that I got contacted by a person. Let me find his message, just a little second. Okay, there we go. I will switch. Okay, check this out. It is from the Bad Cakes. As you can see, the Bad Cakes writes, "Hey Daily PvP, I have just watched your video about the leaked changes. These were actually the changes I data mined for some friends who wanted to see the changes for certain classes." And he explains what to do, what should I do myself to data mine these questions, these changes, excuse me. And I did it, and that exactly worked. So I suppose this eliminates the authenticity questions of the changes. Hopefully. I will post exact procedure, but actually it doesn't matter anymore. And you know what? And you know why? It's because 2.0 is up on the PTS, and that means that as soon as I finish patching, the streaming marathon exploring the changes and hell knows what is incoming on the daily PvP stream. But before I actually proceed with this, I just wanted to finish talking about the upcoming changes, because most probably they will be in their current form on the PTS right now. I do not know yet, simply because I haven't patched the game to the current PTS patch, and it's downloading right now. It's very slow as usual, because even with my 50 megabits internet, the best speed I can get from SWTOR servers is 400 kilobytes per second. And well, while waiting to entertain myself, because I am goddamn excited, guys. This is something I've been waiting for. A lot of changes are coming. PvP is gonna be changing. Currently there is a huge discussion on the official forums about the changes to the expertise system first, and to bolster second. I am going to try and check it out for myself tonight, and I will stream it live. So you should definitely join me in my attempt. But in short, what they want to do with the expertise is they want to make everyone to max out on it. They are eliminating diminishing returns, thus effectively they will render any stuff like PvE crystals we use, PvE armorings, main hands, off hands, whatever. They will render them ineffective when compared to the boosts you will be getting from expertise. I've had my share of thoughts both on the official forums as well as on the dailypvp.com chat, chat discussions. So if you have your opinion, be sure to come to the dailypvp.com, join, go to the discussion section and talk to me. Talk to the other guys who think, who have their own opinions on whatever's happening, and this should be awesome, guys. This should be awesome. I cannot wait to see the changes. But the biggest thing is that they're revamping Bolster. Wow. And the most interesting thing about it is is that it's gonna be bolstering expertise if you don't have it. Basically, if I have no words to describe that kind of player goes into a war zone in a PvE gear, he will be given expertise now, so he will not be completely useless. So this change will effectively eliminate the problems we're having due to some certain players going into war zones with like having 500 expertise, 0 expertise, 200 expertise or whatever. Bolster now will try to fix this problem to a certain extent. That's cool, right? Anyway, I should probably get down to the topic of this daily cast and discussing the remaining second part of the leaked changes, which are not exactly so leaked right now as they are already up, but that will come a little bit later. For now, let me hop into my desktop and continue from where I left off before I stopped in the beginning of the trooper changes, and here we go. That's what trooper will be getting. Oh, by the way, before I go into it, I have to remind the ideas, the conclusions which I came to. Of course, they can be invalidated as soon as I actually get onto PTS, but I still don't know anything, so let me pretend there is no PTS, there is no 2.0, there is just these leaked changes exist and my conclusions which I came to in the previous episode of DailyCast. So basically what I thought is going to happen is that effectively BioWare is eliminating hybrid specs. There will not be any hybrid specs whatsoever. Because from what I've seen from the changes so far is all the most important effects that players go for in their hybrid builds, they are changed in a way that disallows their usage outside of their respective tree. Okay, and the next thing is it is possible that you will not be able to max out on a single tree of your character. Like, you will have to choose whatever effects and skills you want maxed out, and leave some of the tree unspec'd. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to say just now. But anyway, keeping that in mind, let's proceed and explore the changes that are on the PTS right now. God damn it, I just cannot stop thinking about it. I think that I could explode right now. Hopefully no fire will be coming out of my only hole in the back. Whatever. Okay, so the trooper will be getting Electronet. Fires an electronet that ensnares the target, reducing its movement speed by 50 freaking whooping %, and dealing some energy damage over 9 seconds. The damage dealt by electronet increases by 20% for every second the target remains moving. Ooh, a skill shot, by the way. This effect stacks up to 10 times on enemy players or up to 5 times on any other target. Additionally, the electronet hinders the target, preventing the use of high mobility actions and escapes such as charges, vanishes, and speed boosts. Lasts some seconds. Well, I suppose 9 seconds, right? Since it deals energy damage over 9 seconds. Now this skill, it's quite interesting, and from what I understand, also, it is going to the vanguards, because I'm not sure if it makes a lot of sense on commandos, mercenaries. So it's like a skill for the power attacks and vanguards. Now it is an entirely new type of skill. Nothing like this has been in the game so far, and to be precise, all the new skills that I've already discussed, they are like nothing that we're already using in the game. They're a completely new level of skills requiring some additional planning, additional skill to use them. Like timings, positioning, all these should be kept in mind when using the new skills. But seriously, just think about it, 50%. I wonder if this electronet is cleansable, because if it is, then, well, just scoundrels or scoundrel and operative healers, as well as mercs and commandos, will just have to keep an eye out for it. But anyway, I fail to see the use for this skill in PvE at all. But for PvP, it is an absolutely additional control unit which vanguards have been lacking. I can just see how it would improve the idea behind playing a vanguard tank in PvP, as well as obviously it will provide a huge tool for the assault or pyrotech. Hold the line is being reworked. Now this is listed under the general. Does it mean it will be removed from advanced prototype or tactics line and be granted as a class skill, or I'm unsure, but basically it's reworked from no, I doubt it will be removed. It's just unfortunately seems to be listed under the wrong category. It's just reworked as a lot of the skills I discussed previously. It's remade from 1 skill point perked into 3. Into the Fray. Now this is something new. Increases the duration of reactive shield by a certain amount of seconds. Now there are already 2 PvP set bonuses that increase the duration of reactive or energy shield. And now there is a skill that increases that as well. Holy crap. Never-ending reactive shield incoming. In addition, suffering direct damage from area attacks like Smash or Death Deal generates several energy cells and heals you. Ooh, and vanguards and power techs are getting self-healing for a certain percent of your total health. This effect cannot occur more than once every 3 seconds. Now this is quite interesting, especially if you consider that with the PvP set bonuses currently you can increase the duration of your reactive or energy shield from 12 to 18 seconds. And now there is a skill which can increase its duration by even more than that. Damn. I don't know. I gotta see what's on PTS really. I just gotta see. Colto Bomb. Lobs a Colto Bomb at the target area, exploding on impact. Heals up to 4 allies within 8 meters of targeted area. Now, healers already have this, and it doesn't seem like it is changed in any way. Is it going to be a basic heal for all the commandos and mercenaries instead of a 3 skill? I don't know. And actually from this explanation it's impossible to understand what the change is. Mortar salvo. Explosive round now can now be fired as a salvo, rapidly shooting up to 3 weaker rounds before depleting energy cells and going on cooldown for 6. What the hell is this? Now from this explanation, and actually without seeing it in action, it's impossible to understand what this skill does exactly, but it does sound like it's a huge AoE skill which uses up all your energy cells and deals some amount of goddamn damage. But what is it? It is of course currently unclear from the description. Shoulder cannon deploys a shoulder cannon that gradually loads 4 missiles over time. Once loaded, the shoulder cannon can be triggered again to fire against enemy targets within 10 meters, launching 1 missile that deals some kinetic damage. A missile can be launched up to once per second. Loading and launching the shoulder cannon does not respect the global cooldown and can be done while... Oh my freaking god, this is an additional burst mechanic. Imagine, well, of course it is not clear where this skill goes exactly. It may be like a free skill, and it is also not clear whether it's for commandos or vanguards or for both. Or anyway, I'll be sure to check it out later. Unfortunately, I don't have a high level command about... oh well. Anyway, once all missiles have been... this is like a hell of a burst mechanic. Imagine yourself if, for example, it goes for assault. It doesn't matter, commando or vanguard. Imagine yourself like using your plasma cell or... what is it? Combustible cylinder, how is it called on Pyrotech? I forgot. Doesn't matter. Imagine using your dots, ion pulse, then using your high impact bolt or rail shot, and in the meantime using some additional mechanical like the shoulder cannon to shoot missiles. This sounds like goddamn huge additional damage. Wow. Anyway, changes to the trees. Assault specialist. Assault frame reduces the damage taken by all periodic effects. Now, this mechanic is of course widely known as it is already present among different trees, like for example balance on or madness on inquisitors and consulars. And I'm not sure, is damage over time such a problem for vanguards that they need this perk? I mean, hell, they're unkillable right now. They do not even feel these dots when they have this reactive or energy shield on, and now they will be taken probably up to 30% from dots less. It will be like, who the hell will target a vanguard with dots anymore? Electro shield. When activated, your reactive shield has a certain % chance to charge with electricity, zapping attackers while it remains active. Wow, this is like rebuke or cloak of pain, only for vanguards. Of course, without knowing the exact damage values, it's hard to say, but I'm pretty sure for it to be of any use, it would need to be a higher damage than rebuke. We'll see, but it's quite interesting. I think this might go for commandos. Wait, its assault specialist changed, so it will go for everyone. God damn it! You do not need any more survivability on assault. It's already friggin'. You kidding me? Even more survivability. Nobody is going to attack assault vanguards, pyrotechs anymore ever. I'm scared that it doesn't break it, but I surely will be able to test it out shortly. Hyper Assault Cell reduces the cost of explosive surge and gives explosive surge a certain % chance to trigger your plasma cell on all. Are you kidding me? So you will basically be able to put an AoE dot on up to 5 targets, and considering that this AoE dot is quite a freaking... Okay, I don't know, this seems totally overpowered, sorry. But if right now healers can somehow keep up with the dots vanguards place on people, maybe cleanse them here and there, but if a vanguard is able to freaking place their overpowered pretty much, that's for sure, dots on half the team. Huh? I feel that shouldn't exist in game, but we'll see, of course. Hyper Assault rounds reduces the cost of explosive round by a certain %. In addition, the third explosive round in your mortar salvo has a... Well, once again, this is related to mortar salvo. And until I actually see this skill, it's hard to say anything, because right now I don't exactly understand how it works. Hyper Barrels reduces the cost of charged bolts by a certain amount and the cooldown of full auto by seconds. Additionally, increases the damage of charged bolts and full auto. So basically it's improvement for commando, I feel. But additional damage and high impact ball. Yes, it's of course improvements for mercs and commandos, simply because, well, I think it's a welcome improvement, of course, because commandos have been complaining that the damage on their skills in assault is less than that of vanguards, so I suppose this is an attempt to rectify this, and I guess it is a decent change. Reflexive Battery increases damage dealt by concussion charge by a certain %. In addition, taking damage reduces the active cooldown of concussion charge by seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once per global cooldown. Okay, so commandos and mercs wanted more survivability. There you go. Cooldown reduction on concussion charge, so you would be able to knock people away like every 12 seconds or so. As well as some improved damage on it, so it just doesn't simply knock people away, but also scratches them a little bit. This is once again a welcome change. Riot Augs increases damage dealt by stock strike, incendiary round and assault plastic by a certain %. Well, why not? Why not? But increase on assault plastic, are you kidding me? It already does insane amounts of damage, especially for a low range AoE attack. I'm not sure that assault plastic should be included in this list. Well, sticky grenade you could, but assault plastic, are you kidding me? Suit FOE. What does FOE mean, I wonder? Hopefully it's nothing pornographic. Remember, audiences under 18 sometimes play this game, even though they shouldn't be allowed to, but still. When you activate your field aid on yourself, a foreign object SWTOR reduces all periodic damage take. Wait, what? Can this be like used in conjunction with wait. Can this be used in conjunction with assault frame? This is weird. Another dot damage reduction dots are gonna really be like doing one. This is for commandos though. Hard to say. Is assault frame like for vanguards and SWTOR for commandos, or is it available, or is assault frame available to both? That's what obviously SWTOR would effectiveness would depend on, because if those two are separate skills, it is fine. But if commandos could use them at the same time, that could mean problems. Adrenaline fueled. Getting attacked to reduce the active cooldown of your adrenaline rush. I don't know. Adrenaline rush is kind of an underpowered skill and should have been reworked. Changing the skill, I don't know. This is for the tank spec, I suppose. Tank spec, vanguards and power techs, but I don't know. The adrenaline rush by itself doesn't feel like a good enough skill, especially not for a 3 skill point perk for it. I do not feel like anyone's gonna be using this. Diversion. The Gauss. Diversion has a certain % chance to remove all movement impairing effects when activated. I suppose this is for commandos. And this, well, additional survivability mechanic is always good for commandos. Commandos need all the buffs they can get. I welcome this. High friction bolts, high impact bolt ignores some % of target's armor. In addition, if high impact bolt hits a burning target, la la la. This is already present, but for some reason it states 8 energy cells instead of 1, like it is right now. Eight energy cells, so basically every time a vanguard or a commando shoots his high impact bolt, he regenerates all the cells. What? Maybe it's a mix-up between 8 heat and 1 energy cell, but 8 energy cells? Seriously? Considering the rate, you get this proc, you will never run out of energy cells. This cannot be. I do not believe this is stated correctly. Ionic accelerator commando. While plasma cell is active, charged bolts has a certain % chance, and full auto has a certain % chance to finish the cooldown on high impact bolt and make. Okay, this is what we have. While plasma cell is active, ion pulse and stock strike. So this is reworked into a 1 skill point instead of 2. Rapid recharge increases alacrity by a certain % and reduces the cooldown of recharge cells and reserve power cell by 1, 2, 3. This is reworked into 3 skill points from 1. Huh. Okay. Changes to combat medic. Not a lot of changes, it seems. New Colto pods. Colto bomb leaves a pool of Colto that heals allies for. Now this is a good change because, well, I personally feel that the current AoE mechanic, AoE heals mechanic on commandos and mercs is somewhat underpowered. This will especially be good in PvE, I feel. But as my main goal is to talk about PvP, well, I can see how it can be useful in certain situations, but just as salvation or revivification, stationary AoE heal is not so awesome. And of course I cannot see it healing for large numbers. Okay, call to wave. Concussion charge now has 1% some % chance to heal you and your allies within range for Huh. So basically, whenever a healer commando knocks people away from himself, he also has the chance to heal, just as Force Wave on sages and sorcerers has a chance to heal who allies affected. I don't know how good is that, depends of course on the numbers, but then again, every time you use an escape mechanic, healing given even the small AoE heal is always good. Why not? Why not? Probe Medic increases the healing done by trauma probe by a certain percent, increases its max number of charges by and reduces its rate limit. Come on, this is too powerful. Trauma probe as it is a goddamn insanely awesome skill, and they're going to improve it even more. Really? I'm not sure how this is gonna work, of course, but right now trauma probe is a strong healing skill, and it's going to be buffed even more. Well, of course, when you look at the whole picture, a lot of stuff is getting buffed, so it might not seem so overpowered as I'm feeling right now, but just in itself, it really does, like, it will be a little bit over the edge. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot, but don't hold a grudge against me for this. I am speculating, of course. This is something. These changes are all awesome. They're set to change PvP completely, especially when you consider what's been said about the expertise changes, about the bolster. It feels like PvP is really going to become a game of skill rather than a game of gear and whoever smashes the most. Okay, changes. Cell capacitor. Recharge cell now immediately recharges certain amount of cells and grants 10% alacrity. Now this is going to change from 1 to 3 skill points, as if I remember correctly. Efficient conversions reduces the energy cell cost of concussion charge, concussive round, and cryo grenade. This is 2 is going to change to 3 skill points. Field triage. Advanced medical probe has a certain percent chance to reduce the energy cell cost of your next medical probe by 8. This is going to be a 1 skill, right, from 2, if I'm correct. Damn it, I really should have a helper, because right off my head that's just too much to remember. Usually when I play the class, I just open up and then I open up its skill trees and then I instantly remember everything, but when I do not have it in front of my eyes, it's a little bit hard for me to just pinpoint exact skills and their exact names. Frontline medic, while affected... Oh wait, first responder, critical results with damage and healing abilities have a certain percent chance to grant first, well, it's already in the, but I think it's 1 skill point changing to 30. Why the hell would you? Who cares about alacrity? Well, I suppose if it's free, why not, but at least I wouldn't boost it with the gear. Frontline medic, while affected by your own trauma probe, firing hammer shot at an enemy has a certain percent chance to trigger your trauma probe. Okay. Combined with the trauma probes buff, this is gonna be freaking insane. You will never take, like, if commando or mercenary healer is good right now, you will never kill him, but coupled with all these changes, he will never freaking go down, just never. I'm not sure, probably, mark my words, the next top PvP healer is commando. There will be no other healers but commandos running. 2 commandos per team will be requirement, just as much as hybrid Sork and Scoundrel is a requirement right now. Well, no, of course I'm hoping it will not come to the absurd as this, because I really wouldn't like one extreme changed for another. Okay, change to supercharged cells doesn't seem... oh, it's changing from 1 skill point to 3. I don't know. Personally, I think it was fine as a 1 skill point. Why the hell would you want to change it to 3? Wait, is that it? Now changes for advanced prototype, or maybe it's not everything, huh? Hard to say. I don't know, but it seems like we're done with the changes for troopers, and overall they seem just as overpowered as all the other changes that I've already speculated on before. So it shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Everything is overpowered with these changes, so I guess it all balances each other out. Okay, Smuggler. Hightail it! Roll forward 18 meters. I wonder who came up with the 18 meters idea. Why 18? Why not 15 or 30? Well, I guess 30 would be too much, but why 18? Freeing yourself from movement impairing effects and landing crouched behind cover. While rolling, your chance to dodge attacks increased by 100%. You cannot do that while... What do you mean while hindered? If you break from all movement impairing your effects. This doesn't make sense. But fucking hell, sorry for swearing, but fucking hell. 18 meters roll? Crouched behind cover so nobody can actually leap on you? Whatever. Ready for anything. Upon entering cover, your stealth detection level begins to increase gradually, reaching up to 30 additional levels of stealth detection over the following... Oh, by the way, before I actually go ahead, I wonder who gets hightail it. Is it only for scoundrels and operatives, or is it for all the classes? Because this seems like a hell of a friggin' overpowered if it's gonna apply to gunslingers and snipers. If snipers, after using all their defensive cooldowns, will be able to friggin' escape you and roll 8 meters away and place behind cover, and additionally dodge everything while rolling, in the hands of the good players, they will be friggin' untouchable. Just untouchable. Okay, ready for anything upon entering cover, your stealth detection. This seems to be for the snipers and gunslingers. Basically, it turns you into a tower, a stealth detecting tower, so nobody sneaks up on you while you are defending something or whatever. Sitting in the middle of a fight, so nobody sneaks past or escapes you. This is an interesting change, and actually I welcome it, because there is just not enough proper stealth detection for teams right away, with the exception of course of constantly spamming AoE, and this is like a nice touch. I like it. Scamper, roll forward 12 meters. Another fucking roll? When slowed, you only roll forward 6 meters. While rolling, your chance to dodge does not break stealth, cannot be used while immobilized. Well, obviously, if it does not break stealth, this is for the... does it mean that hightail it for the snipers? No, please, don't tell me. Whatever, roll forward 12 meters. While slowed, you only roll... This is actually, I don't know. Why would scoundrels need that shit? If anything, they would need hightail it. Street tough. Pugnacity immediately restores a certain certain amount of energy when activated. Additionally, reduce the cooldown of pugnacity. Well, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a bad change, but until I see how it actually affects the game and the playstyle, I cannot be sure of anything, so there is nothing to really speculate it. 3 skill points. Well, I'll be sure to check it out quite soon, I guess. So Bones, healer, scoundrel, as well as operative. Pusam poultices increases the healing dealt by slow release medpack, and Colto Cloud by certain percent. Additionally, increases the duration of Colto Cloud by I suppose it's recuperative nano attack and that medical probe. Well, why not? Why not? Of course, with all the changes, healing from the healers should be upped a bit, and this is a necessary change. It doesn't seem overpowered, though, compared to what commandos and mercenaries are getting. So I guess I first have to see the numbers to be sure of, but compared with the PvP set bonus, it could be quite interesting to see how changes smuggled med delivery. Exit in stealth mode grants some stacks of upper hand, and now this is very interesting. So basically, if you are running away and have nothing to heal with, every time you drop out of stealth, you immediately have stacks of upper hand, as well as before the combat starts. Like, not only you can have stacks from your slow release medpack or medical probe, but as well as when you exit stealth. Now this might be, well, this is interesting actually, because when healing myself, quite often I find that I can run out of upper hand or tactical advantage. Although of course it shouldn't happen, but sometimes it just can, especially when you're trying to keep a lot of people alive, and sometimes you can just accidentally go over 30% health and essentially spend your upper hand. These can help rectify it in certain situations, so it's not so bad. As well as it can keep you alive. If, for example, you are dying, you cannot stop to channel the heal, and you do not have, or like if you have only one charge of tactical advantage, you use stealth and then you get out because of the dot, and then you immediately have more tactical advantage to heal yourself. That is an interesting change. I welcome it personally. Of course, I'm not yet sure how it will affect actually fighting such a healer, but as a healer myself, I welcome it. Anatomy lessons reduces the energy cost of debilitate or dirty kick and tendon blast, sever tendon by So from 2 skill points to 3? Yes, no? I don't exactly remember how it is right now. Emergent emergencies increases the healing dealt by emergency medpack to increases the max stack limit of upper hand by some number. In addition, the emergency medpack immediately. Okay, so this is from 1 to 3. Damn it, I completely don't remember how many skill points it is right now, but I think it is either 1 or 2, right? Med screen. Your defense's screen has a certain % chance to heal you for... Now this is an interesting addition. Yet more survivability and seriously defense screen or shield probe. They are underpowered right now. The amount of damage they absorb is really not enough with the current damage values, especially on min-maxed gear, and that is a good thing if you can be healed by shield collapsing. Once again, I'm not sure how it will feel fighting such healers, but Medpack Mastery. Each tick of slow release medpack has a certain % chance to grant upper hand. This effect cannot occur more than once. This is a 3 skill point right now. Is it gonna be changed into 1? Damn. Well, if I trace the analogy from the previous changes I previously discussed, then it seems it would be changed into 1 skill point perk from 3, but then I don't necessarily understand what does each rank beyond the first reduces the rate limit means. Scar Tissue increases damage reduction by a flat % from 2 skill points into 1. I welcome this, because seriously, spending skill points to progress by a % of damage reduction is a little bit too much. Scramble. Every time you get attacked, the active cooldown of your dodge is reduced by a certain %. Now I don't remember. This is something new, right? There is no such effect right now in the game. Or am I mixing something up? I've never really thought about it. But whatever, if it's new, it's awesome. Seriously, scoundrels could use a little bit of a buff on their defensive cooldowns, especially considering all the other changes introduced to this game. Healers would need a little bit more survivability to withstand all the stuff that's gonna be happening. Wait, is this it? No changes to snipers, gunslingers, just this? Okay. But I don't really get it. Why so little changes? I guess something wasn't in the game, wasn't in the patch still available for mining when this was extracted. I suppose the rest I will be checking out on the PTS. How much do I have left? Well, actually, it's still gonna be a while because I still have 9 gigabytes to download. Gotta wait. I do not keep my PTS updated, unfortunately. So I guess it will still take like an hour. It will still take like an hour before I'm able to. Oh well. Okay. So the last category is items. Let's see what new items is gonna be coming into PvP. Portable Deflector Shield absorbs all incoming damage for 5 seconds. Wait, all incoming damage for 5 seconds? So basically you're invulnerable for 5 seconds? Are you kidding me? This cannot make it in game. This is overpowered for sure. Even if it has 3 minutes cooldown or something like that, this is freaking... Even if it's 5 minutes cooldown, this is freaking too much. You are focused and can become invulnerable. Emergency Shield Generator. Absorb 33% of incoming damage for 60 seconds. For 60 seconds, 33% damage reduction. go to hell, this is overpowered, this cannot make it in game, no matter what changes are, this is just too much, this shouldn't exist. Targeting beacon, target enemy takes 30% more damage for 20 seconds. Now this makes no sense. There is an item that absorbs 33% incoming damage, but the item which supposedly negates the effect 3% only lasts 20. Makes no sense. Sorry, makes no sense. Incendiary sprayer, target enemy takes a certain amount of burning damage for 3 seconds, for 60 seconds, 60 seconds, dot. Every 3 seconds for 60 seconds, dot. How much of a burning damage that is, I wonder, but still, 60 seconds. This is a counter. This is like anyone can have a counter to stealth, but 60 seconds. I don't know. This is just too much. These numbers like 33% damage absorption for a minute and dot for a minute, it is overpowered. It shouldn't be. From the description I can tell that these items shouldn't have that duration. Okay, I agree with the fact that you can absorb 33% of damage, but only for like 3-4 seconds, no more. But for 60 seconds, are you crazy? Imagine a tank in hardball having this on. You will never take him down. No friggin' chance. Energy redirection field deals certain amount of damage and stuns for certain seconds the next player to attack you. This is like a free defensive cooldown. And this is interesting, for at least of all the items that have just been described, I welcome this one. This one is interesting. Additional defense for healers, why not? It requires a little bit of skill and planning. This item I welcome. Repulsor emits a pulse of energy, knocking the user back from their target. Now this is also an interesting item. It's definitely a skill shot. You have to target someone whom you don't like, then use this item and it will knock you back away. This is quite interesting. These items are already in the current live build and therefore we won't see them in 2.0 most likely. Excuse me, gotta sneeze. What this means is that unlike the rest of the changes, it wasn't data mined from the BTS, but instead it's already present in 1.6, 1.7. So chances are they will not be actually making it to the expansion. Not sure what this is based on, but personally I agree with this. 60% of these items should not be in the game at all. But actually repulsor and energy redirection field seem like the kind of interesting items that I would like to see, because they are effectively skill shots and require some usage of brain to be used to the maximum efficiency. But absorbs all incoming damage for 5 seconds? No. Absorbs 33% of incoming damage for a minute? No. Dot for 60 seconds? No. Even if it's cleansable, it will be the bane of bugs. Anyway, and it seems this is it. A little bit short compared to the previous set of changes. Compared to the previous set of changes, nothing to actually. A lot of skill trees missed out. But I guess this only means that I will have to explore it myself, as I remind you, the 2.0 patch is already on the BTS, and as soon as it downloads I will be hopping on damn, I can't wait, I'm excited. So anyway, not to drag it out for longer than it needs to be, I am wrapping up with the daily cast. I'm going to go and upload it on YouTube, so you guys, whoever is waiting for the patch to download with me, have some food for thought. This was Flavored. Make sure to join the discussion on dailypvp.com and just go there, register and start a topic, introduce yourself. We will be sure to welcome you. All the talk of PvP, regardless of the game, is welcome there. It will be a friendly community, I promise you, no bullshit. Whoever tries to start shit gets kicked out. Otherwise, everything competition gaming related is welcome. So go to the dailypvp.com and join the conversation. On this note, I'm wrapping up. It was Flavored with the daily cast from Daily PvP, a lot of daily, and I'm shutting up. Mwah, hugs and kisses. Peace.